Hello, it's Avery Simone with Black Women Moguls, and today we're in the heart of the kitchen where all the magic happens for the Banana Pudding Company. So thank you so much, Brittany Steele, for welcoming us into your kitchen.
Thank you for being here.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how the Banana Pudding Company got started?
Sure. So the Banana Pudding Company was actually just started at the end of last year, October, November 2019. But before that, in 2017, I started a dessert business or bakery style business named Big Simone Sweets. So we were a full bakery style, southern bakery style business. And at the end of last year, I decided to rebrand. So that is where the Banana Pudding Company came from. Also, my mother gave me my grandmother's recipe. So, and it's always been a bestseller, even with my previous business. So I decided to go with that and do something a little different.
So that's why you decided to pivot, because of the recipes from your grandmother and everything.
And also I wanted to do something a little different. You know, everyone in Atlanta is a baker or a treat maker or whatever. So I wanted to do something a little different and like laser focus on one thing.
And let me tell you, the first time I tried your banana pudding, I was like, ooh, this is so great. So I took some home to my mom, and she loved it too. So you definitely got something amazing here. I want to know, what makes your banana pudding different besides the other banana pudding companies? I know it's a family recipe, but is there something extra that you put in there, like some love or some TLC?
I don't know if there's anything extra. It is homemade. It is made in a double boiler with my grandmother's recipe. I started out with one recipe, which is the original. Everyone's familiar with the vanilla wafers, bananas, pudding. All of the other flavors, we have 6 flavors on the menu. All of the other flavors just kind of came about, you know, me wanting to do something different and branch out. But it did start out with really one flavor, which is the original, and which is named after my grandmother and my mother.
So I know I've tried the red velvet cupcakes. Mm-hmm. I've tried the ginger, but what other flavors do you have here?
So today I only have 3 of the flavors. I have 2 of the most popular ones, which is the banana pudding with strawberries. It's made with chestnut cookies, strawberries, bananas, and of course our vanilla pudding. We have the original vanilla wafers, bananas, the pudding. I wanted to showcase those ones because it's a unique one, and it's also an acquired taste. It's made with ginger snap cookies, bananas, and our pudding. I kind of get mixed reviews on that one. You have to be a lover of ginger snaps to actually like that one. So it's one of our most unique ones.
Now, if one goes missing, I didn't take it. I'm just letting you know. So, also, you are expanding your line a little bit, right? You have like a lunch box coming up for catering?
Yes. So, the plan is to launch our lunch boxes or sandwich boxes on November 3rd, which is National Sandwich Day.
Oh, I know that.
So, that is the plan. That's going to be more so catering, towards catering than individuals. So I'm excited about that. It's a lot of work trying to get that done. So yes, and have a few options. Right now we're going to have about 4 different sandwich options. It may be more by the launch date, but right now we do have 4 options.
So be sure to contact her for your catering needs, not just banana pudding, but if you have lunch options as well. Now, did you know that you always wanted to own your own business, or did you just kind of fall into it?
So, not necessarily own my own business, but as a child, the only thing I always said I wanted to be was a chef. Mm-hmm. I didn't quite make it there, but hey, close enough.
Well, I say gourmet bakery, banana pudding. Off
So I always wanted to be a chef. I always told my siblings, that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I actually moved to Atlanta to attend the Art Institute. But again, that was something else that didn't work out.
I learned so much about you today.
But the business aspect came about really during college. I majored in business. And during the time I was taking, business classes, entrepreneurship classes, that's where my want to actually start a business came from. And, seeing other people, not necessarily having to work for people, that's been a goal of mine since college, starting a business actually, eventually I want to start several different businesses, but this is my main baby right now.
Well, you're just showing that it takes just one step at a time. Sometimes you have to focus on the main project and then continue to add. So you recently transitioned into full-time entrepreneurship, correct? What was that journey like? And then what advice do you have for others who are looking to go full-time?
So I have so much advice. Being transparent, I wasn't fully ready. And I kind of knew that when I put in my 2 weeks notice, but I was like, you know what, it's time for me to go. I'm not happy here. But once I left, I figured out I was even less ready than I initially thought. So I always tell people, I know people that kind of jumped out on faith and, into entrepreneurship. But I tell people all of the time, make a plan. I even, like a week before I put in my 2 weeks notice, I bought this book, How to Quit Your Job in 6 Months. Needless to say, I didn't read it but I always tell people, make a plan, because of course right after I left my job, the pandemic hit and nobody was buying food from anyone. And at the time, I was still operating out of home, so I had 2 or 3 loyal customers that were still buying, but nobody wanted to buy food, especially if you was operating out of your home. So it's been a tough road since going full time, but it's worth it. I know it's going to be worth it in the end. But if you're going to leave your job, make a plan, at least 6 months, and save up a little. If you don't have help, if you don't have backing from family or friends, you gotta have a plan if you're the sole provider for yourself.
But I think it's a testament to your resilience and your persistence, because I've seen it from the beginning coming on, and so I've seen your scaling, and I'm just so excited for your next steps. And speaking of next steps, we want to know what's next for the Banana Pudding Company. What do you have up your sleeve? I know you're always planning something.
So we are actually working on obtaining a storefront. So hopefully within the next 6 months, we will have a little, cute, quaint storefront. It would probably still be a separate entity from our kitchen, but it will be a retail space where people can actually come and purchase things and not have to pre-order all the time. So that's my next biggest project.
Well, let me know when the opening comes up. I'll be right first in line with my ducats.
Absolutely.
So I always like to end the segment by asking, what is one mantra or affirmation that you have that keeps you motivated?
I would say, I don't know if it's necessarily a mantra, it's more so people. I would say my grandmother and definitely my mother. My sister, she's a cook, or she's actually opening a restaurant also. So our family love to cook. I'm really kind of the only baker, or I don't know. But before my mother passed, she wanted us to, me and my sister, she wanted us to, create something together, open a business together, go into business together. So that's one thing that keeps me going, because I know that day is coming with her opening her restaurant in Alabama and, me doing my thing here. Eventually we're going to come together and create something together. I'm not moving back to Alabama, but we are definitely planning to collaborate, when she gets up and running. So I would say my mother, my grandmother, my family, those, they keep me going. They keep me inspired. I want to quit every day, but
that's entrepreneurship for you.
But I definitely, I try to remember my mother and my grandmother and my family.
Well, we definitely have to commend you for keeping up the family legacy. And for those who want to keep in contact with you, how can they follow you? What's the website? How can they stay in contact?
My website is www.thebananapuddingcompany.com. You can also follow me on social media at The Banana Pudding Company on Instagram and Facebook. And you can also reach out to me via email at hello@thebananapuddingcompany.com.
Well, thank you again so much, Brittany, for inviting us into your kitchen. And again, I'll just put all of these in my bag and we'll just keep it moving. So thank you everyone for tuning in.